Have you ever driven through a really nice neighborhood and wondered, what do all these people do for a living? Or how can my neighbor so and so take their family on vacations all the time to all these nice places? You see, most of us have asked those questions before, and as nice as it'd be to drive up and knock on the door and ask, how do you make so much money, and how do I figure that out for myself? You see, people don't do that because it would be awkward, but also because it can feel embarrassing to admit we don't understand it. Money can be mysterious, especially when it comes to making a lot of it, and we don't open up about it because we don't want others to look down on us, and we don't want to be taken advantage of. The truth is, it's okay to wonder those things, and it's okay to ask for help. It's just important to know who to ask and where to look for answers. And watching this video is a great place to get started because this video was created by a good group of friends who are real people just like you and just like me who asked those similar questions but found answers. I want you to think about where you are in life right now. Maybe you just got out of college, or you've been in your career as a teacher or in a trade or some kind of business or nonprofit venture, or maybe you've been forced into unemployment. It's possible you chose a career path with a sense of purpose, and it's also possible you just took any job that was available. Now, no matter where you are or why you're there, it's important to know that your future is not written in stone on some mysterious mountain. You have the power to change your life. You choose where you go from here, and it's okay if you want to make more money so you can live your dream life. You see, even if you love what you do right now, it's okay to ask, how can I make more money so I don't have to worry about money anymore? Now, let's knock on the door of your future together and ask some questions. Number 1, why do so many people struggle to become wealthy? Now, when most people live in big, nice houses, or they take a lot of vacations and they have a W-2 employee job, they're really just good at masking up their debt most of the time. However, let's take a look at how most real wealthy people actually become wealthy. Studies show that the top 1% of America's wealthiest people become wealthy from lottery or inheritance. But here's the thing, you're actually more likely to die from a beehive attack than actually winning the lotto, okay? Now, 5% of people become wealthy by being a salesperson. 10% of the top wealthy in America become wealthy by being a CEO or president of a major corporation. 10% of them become wealthy by being a doctor or attorney, but a whopping 74% of them become wealthy by being business owners. So, why do people not go in business for themselves? The top 5 main reasons why people don't go into business is number 1, because of capital or not having enough money to start one. Businesses are expensive. It costs hundreds of thousands of dollars to start one. Number 2, people don't have the time to actually commit to them. Number 3, people lack knowledge on actually how to start a business and market their product or service. Number 4, there's just too much risk involved with starting a business. And number 5, fear of failure. That's a big one that stops a lot of people from ever starting a business. So now that we've established that most of the top 1% class become wealthy by owning a business, the next question to ask is, how do I start a business? Number 1, you should actually name your company, and also make sure that the website domain for your company's name is available as well so that you can create a website for it. And then you want to incorporate your company so that you are legally protected. From there, the main thing is to have a product or a service that the public needs and a system to get that out to them. But that can literally cost hundreds and thousands of dollars to do that. Take, for example, McDonald's. Today, to open a McDonald's franchise, you're going to have to spend at least $1 million to $2.2 million just to buy the rights to open a McDonald's franchise. Now, a couple of the things that they require is that you go to a 2-year hamburger school. Why? Because you need to learn their system. The business owner is not there flipping the burgers or selling the fries. They own the franchise. You also have to have $500,000 in available liquid assets. So if you get in trouble, you're able to keep the lights on for your McDonald's franchise. Plus, you must pay royalties to McDonald's corporate and regular business overhead, just like any other traditional business. What business overhead is your employees, they don't work for free. Okay, you need to pay your employees, you need to pay the utility bills, you need to buy the supplies, and you need to keep your location open. That's what your business overheads are. Now, let me ask you a question. How does McDonald's corporate make their money? Most people would say from selling their burgers and fries. Well, today I get to challenge that. Is it about the French fries or is it about the franchise? You see, just like on that last part, you learned that McDonald's corporate charges a franchise fee. Well, they actually make their money by the franchise. They focus on distribution. However, there's different roles inside of a McDonald's franchise. You have burger makers who make the burgers and the food. You have burger managers who manage the workers there, and you have the burger owner. As the owner, if you would like to make more money, you need to spend more in advertising or open up another location, which is going to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars every year to do that. But you see, McDonald's headquarters, they know that they're in the franchising business. Why? Because distribution is king. What is distribution? It's having a McDonald's on every main corner all over the world. You see, if there was only one McDonald's, very few people in our country would know about it today. Why is distribution the key to winning in business? Because it creates passive income. You make money, but you don't have to do the work for it. You know what's interesting? Because McDonald's corporate focuses on distribution instead of sales, they sell more toys than Toys R Us did before they went out of business. Because Toys R Us thought they were in the toy business, but they were wrong. Today, McDonald's sells more breakfast than Denny's. How can you serve more breakfast than Denny's when they serve breakfast all day? They sell more chicken than the Colonel, and all the Colonel does is sell chicken. How can you sell more chicken than the Colonel? It's all because distribution, which focuses on creating more outlets. You see, J. Paul Getty, founder of Getty Oil Company, was on Fortune magazine as the richest living American, and in 1966, Guinness Book of Records named him the richest private citizen. His philosophy on making more money was, I'd rather have 1% of the efforts of 100 people than 100% of my own efforts. The E-Myth, a great read for the modern day entrepreneur, teaches businesses fail today because business owners work them. If you're a good handyman, does that make you a great handyman business owner? Not at all. That's the trap entrepreneurs fall in today. They play the role of the owner, the manager, and the technician. Businesses don't work because the owner is doing the work. If the owner is doing the role of the owner, manager, and technician, who takes care of the accounting books? Who takes care of product development? Who takes care of customer relations? Who services the customers? Who's over permits and certifications? You see, the list goes on and on and on, and most self-employed entrepreneurs think they're business owners and fall into that trap. And since they're a good handyman or so on, or so industry or so company or so business, they think they're a great business owner. However, real business owners know it's all about distribution. But with all the capital and all the risk to start a franchise, why do people do it today? You see, the benefits of owning a business puts the ball in your court. You see, as an employee, if you look on your paycheck that you get every week or every other week, it's going to have some deductions taken out of it. So if you're like me, when I started my first job, that's when I found out I had a relative named Uncle Sam. And so I looked down at my paycheck and I saw there was money taken out for federal and state taxes. And I'm like, who's this Uncle Sam? I ain't never seen him at no family reunions, but he sure loved me because he liked to take money out of my check. And so you have that stacked against you as an employee. Now, you also have FICA taxes, which is a combination of your Social Security and Medicare taxes. Plus, if you stop and buy some groceries on the way home from work, you have sales tax on your receipt. On your utility bills, you pay utility tax. On property tax for owning a home, you pay that. And if you're smart and you invest money, well, guess what? You're going to pay capital gains taxes depending on what kind of investment it is. You see, as a business owner, you're still going to have to pay taxes. I hate to break it to you, but here's the difference. Is what the government says is employers and owners of companies. We do not trust your employees to pay us the money that they owe us for taxes. So what we want you business owners to do is take money out of their paychecks every time they get paid, and you keep that in your savings account. And you can earn interest on that money, right? Because you only have to pay your taxes whenever you're required, but you can earn interest on that money. And then you pay us the taxes that your employees owe us, and we're all good. You see, as a business owner, it puts you in control where you'll still have to pay taxes, but that can be your own investment account. You're still going to have to pay taxes, but you might as well earn the interest on your own money. You see, as a business owner, you're still going to need to eat food, but at least this way you get to write it off. You get to deduct that. If you're going to buy a new Apple iPad or a new MacBook or something, right, or a new tablet, then it doesn't matter if you're going to buy that for yourself, right? Because you could have your company buy it so you can get a tax deduction. And so it changes every situation to a beneficial situation for you and your family's future. Plus, by owning a franchise, you get to skip the startup phases that most businesses go through. You have proof of a successful model already in motion. You have training programs already established by buying a franchise instead of a new business startup. Plus, you get strategic business partners already established. Plus, you can have name recognition, and you have the ability to control your schedule. We specialize in helping average families and individuals start a company within a company. And your friend who shared this video with you can help you do that because they're a franchise owner who's actually done it, not read a book on how to build a business or come up with a one-of-a-kind ingenious idea. You see, they've worked really, really hard and focused on building a business with distribution as their focus, not sales. Here's how the distribution side works. We help you start a company within a company, and your logo goes there in the middle. And this company is a company that you own, control, and operate. And in your franchise agreement, all of these companies you see here are your strategic business partners. However, you're not an employee of any of these companies. They already have thousands of employees, and you're not one of them. You're contracted with all of these companies so that your sales agents that you hire can offer their products. So, who do you work for? Number one, yourself, and number two, your state, because we're going to help you get a state-issued override license so that you can legally make passive income in the financial industry. And here's the cool part. We'll even pay your sales agent's payroll and cover your income accounting for free. People would be crazy not to take advantage of that. So, why start a franchise with us? Because I'll show you in a moment, there's no big investment to get started. You can also start part-time. Plus, we have a 40-year track record so you can learn as you earn. Now, what we'll do is we'll help you build a business in two different phases. Phase 1, we help you create your company logo and help you name your franchise. And we'll also even check on your state's website to make sure your business name is legally available. Then we'll help you find 6 co-founders. Why do we look for co-founders? Because all great entrepreneurs who change an industry or change the world never do it alone. You see, everyone has business partners. Steve Jobs had Steve Wozniak. Bill Gates had Paul Allen. All great entrepreneurs do something with a team. And so this is your team that's going to help you build your business, because all companies have officers, like a CEO, a Chief Executive Officer, or a CTO, a Chief Technology Officer, people who specialize in different areas, and your business is no different, which is why you need a team. We'll also help you get your state-issued override license, and we'll help your co-founders get their override license as well. And we have a very simple process for this, and no, it doesn't involve any math. Now here's the cool part. As a regional manager, when your team is helping an average 15 families a month, you're going to make $45,000 a year just by completing phase 1 through our system. You see, business owners get paid profits of an office, not hourly, salary, or commission. They get paid off profits off the volume of the clients or customers helped, which in turn creates passive income that you don't need to work for, but families are being helped. And so the better team you staff, the more families are helped and the more money you make. Then your business enters phase 2. And this is where your goal is to staff your office with 42 licensed sales agents. And what are these agents doing? They're out helping families with their finances, with their life insurance and their investments. And here's the nice part. As a franchise owner, your focus is on profits or volumes of families helped. So when your office is helping 22 families a month, you'll get paid in passive income $102,000 a year. Now, these sales agents, again, they're out helping families with their finances and utilizing the partner companies that you established in your franchise agreement. But let's go more into depth of what these sales agents are actually teaching and doing. What our training system will teach these agents to do is to understand life insurance. Now, there's a couple of different types of life insurance out there. There's cash value or permanent insurance, which has a couple of different names like whole life, universal life, or variable, sometimes index universal life insurance, but all these policies work very similarly. So here we have Bob and Susan. They have $125,000 and $75,000 in life insurance coverage on them. They're paying $262 a month for this policy, and part of their monthly premium goes to pay their life insurance premium, but also some of it goes into a cash value or a savings account. Now, the FTC, or Federal Trade Commission, did an investigation on the life insurance industry, and here's what they found out about these life insurance policies. On average, there's a $0 balance in the cash value savings for 1 to 3 years. Can you imagine putting money into a savings account and after going to check the balance, that it has a $0 balance after 2 years? That's crazy. The other challenge with these types of policies is the average rate of return on these policies is only 1 to 4%. The other issue, if you were to borrow money from your cash value life insurance policy, you're actually going to get charged 6 to 9% interest on average to borrow the money in your policy. So really, that's not your money, that's actually the insurance company's money, where you wouldn't have to pay interest. However, the biggest challenge is you're paying for 2 things, but you only get one. You see, if Bob dies, Susan gets the $125,000 life insurance benefit. However, that cash value savings balance goes away. However, if they both live, then they're able to get their cash value savings, but they would then lose their life insurance coverage. Kind of tricky, isn't it? So here's what your sales agents will do. They'll teach the difference between these kinds of life insurance, and then they'll share how we can actually help. We don't believe in bringing up problems unless we have a solution for it. And so by getting an adequate term life insurance policy, they're generally much cheaper, and they're able to get more life insurance coverage. And so Bob and Susan in this example have $400,000 and $250,000 in life insurance coverage. However, since we saved them $180 a month, they're going to take that and invest that in our good mutual fund programs, which will average about a 9% rate of return. And at retirement age, they'll have $332,000. Pretty big difference right there, wouldn't you agree? So that's what your agents in phase 2 are doing, is helping families with their finances. However, if you're interested, at the end of this video, there's an option to get a free financial strategy in place for you as a thank you for watching our company video. However, don't forget about your 6 co-founders, because you get paid profit sharing. A business owner focuses on profits from their location, but you also get paid profit sharing. So our goal is to also help you staff your co-founders' offices with 42 licensed sales agents, because when they're helping 15 families a month, each office that's helping 15 families a month will pay you $25,000 a year. So plus the profits from your office, plus the profit sharing from your other offices, you'll create a passive income of $250,000 a year without having to help a single client. Now the thing is, with your co-founders, that's not money you're taking from them. Headquarters will pay you that profit sharing for licensing and training other successful offices. And our goal time frame is to help someone have this established in a 2 to 4 year period. Now let me ask you, what would you do with $250,000 a year in passive income? That's powerful. However, right now we're not currently looking for sales agents for phase 2, only co-founders for phase 1. So how do you get started on opening your own franchise? Well, number one, you would need to fill out your independent business application, and that gets you your background check and state certification through the state to open an actual office. You see, what our company will do though is we're going to pay for the cost for your licenses, which costs a lot of money. The second thing you're going to get is you're going to have the opportunity to build a company within a company that's actually a New York Stock Exchange company. You're also going to get to control 100% of your schedule. You get to write your own paycheck, and you have the ability to get daily direct deposit instead of every other week. You get to leverage your weaknesses with thousands of others' strengths, and you get hands-on mentorship from someone who's actually built a business or is in the process of building a business, and it's not something that someone just learned from a book. You're also going to need your $25 a month support program. And so what that gets you is 24/7 access to a brick and mortar office. Plus, headquarters will pay your sales agent's payroll. You see, a McDonald's owner would need to pay for 100% of their own staff out of pocket, but our headquarters will pay that for you. You'll get your own website and business reports. You get state-of-the-art software to create custom financial assessments. You get access to live and on-demand training videos, and you could qualify to get your ownership license paid for. That's all part of the $25 a month program. And so keys for success is to first and foremost get your independent business application in, show up to the trainings and the events that we have, go on 20 different field training appointments in your first 30 days to find your co-founders, and complete a financial needs analysis to get your family's financial game plan started today. So what would interest you more, starting your own part-time franchise or a complimentary financial game plan, or both? Just be sure to reconnect with the person that invited you to watch this video and let them know where you stand. In closing, I'd like to thank you for your time in learning more about our franchise opportunity. And you know, in 2020, we had a worldwide pandemic where the whole world stopped. That's a serious deal when the stock market and international travel stops. And some families were really, really hurt, like really bad. And one of the reasons was because some people were told their work is essential and others were told their work was not essential. You know what's sad about that, folks? When the month after the pandemic started and then little kids woke up Easter morning and found no Easter baskets, or at Christmas time when families had to struggle like crazy and the kids' Christmas presents were having the lights on in their house. Folks, that's rough. And I guarantee you, folks, I guarantee you, if you were to ask those kids, is your mommy's or daddy's work essential? What do you think all of them financially struggling kids would say? Heck yes, absolutely. Their work is essential to me, is what all of them would say. Folks, build a business to make yourself essential forever. Aren't you tired of allowing other people and companies to dictate your life? Is this video supposed to be a motivational speech with rah-rah crap? No, I'm here to tell you the truth. But if you're inspired by the truth to do something with your life, then folks, I challenge you to do something with your life. This takes a lot of hard work, and it takes time. We don't believe in get-rich-quick crap. We believe in the authenticity of human beings, of human life, that they have the power to change. You have the power to change your future, and it starts with the choice. Folks, please connect back with the person that shared this video with you to get your questions answered and to let them know if you're interested in opening a franchise or in getting a complimentary financial plan. Thanks for your time, and may you be richly blessed.